Welcome to this tutorial on PowerShell Cmdlets. In this video, you'll learn about the fundamental building blocks of PowerShell commands and understand the verb-noun naming convention that makes PowerShell so intuitive and powerful. By the end of this tutorial, you'll be able to recognize and understand how PowerShell commands are structured. Let's start with the basics. A Cmdlet, which is pronounced as Cmdlet, is a lightweight command used in PowerShell to perform a specific action or task. Think of Cmdlets as the fundamental building blocks of PowerShell. Each Cmdlet is designed to do one thing well, whether that's retrieving information, modifying settings, or managing system resources. Unlike traditional command line tools, Cmdlets are built on a consistent framework that makes them predictable and easy to use. Every PowerShell Cmdlet follows a simple and consistent pattern, verb-noun. This means each Cmdlet name consists of two parts separated by a hyphen or dash. The verb comes first, followed by the dash, and then the noun. This pattern is not arbitrary. It's a deliberate design choice that makes PowerShell commands self-documenting and intuitive. When you see a Cmdlet, you can immediately understand what it does just by reading its name. The verb component is the first part of a Cmdlet name. It describes what action the Cmdlet performs. For example, get, set, start, or stop. These verbs are standardized, meaning PowerShell uses a specific set of approved verbs for consistency across all Cmdlets. This standardization ensures that the same action is always described using the same verb, regardless of which module or Cmdlet you're working with. This makes it much easier to predict and remember command names. Here are some of the most commonly used verbs in PowerShell. Get is used to retrieve information or data. Set is used to modify or change settings. New creates new objects or resources. Remove deletes or removes items. Start initiates processes or services. Stop terminates processes or services. Invoke executes or runs commands or methods. And test validates or checks conditions. These verbs cover the majority of operations you'll perform in PowerShell, and once you're familiar with them, you'll find it much easier to work with any Cmdlet. The noun component is the second part of a Cmdlet name, coming after the dash. It specifies what object or resource the action affects. For example, process, service, item, or content. The noun tells you the target of the verb's action. An important rule to remember is that nouns in PowerShell Cmdlets are always singular, never plural. So you'll see get-process, not get-processes. This consistency in using singular nouns is another aspect of PowerShell's predictable naming convention. Let's look at some real-world examples to see how this works in practice. Get-process retrieves information about running processes on your system. The verb get means retrieve, and the noun process indicates we're working with processes. Set-execution policy configures the script execution rules for PowerShell. Here, set means modify, and execution policy is the setting we're changing. New item creates a new file or folder. The verb new means create, and item refers to a file system object. Notice how each Cmdlet name clearly communicates its purpose through the verb-noun pattern. You might wonder why PowerShell uses this verb-noun convention. There are several important benefits. First, it's predictable. Once you know the pattern, you can easily guess command names based on what you want to accomplish. Second, it's discoverable. You can quickly find commands by filtering based on verbs or nouns. Third, it's consistent. The same structure is used across all PowerShell commands, whether they're built-in or from third-party modules. And finally, it's professional. This clarity is especially valuable in enterprise environments where automation scripts need to be maintainable and understandable by multiple team members. The verb-noun convention makes PowerShell one of the most intuitive command line interfaces available today.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.